Hi, BookTube. It's Gina. What's today? Happy Monday. I can't remember what day it is. I have a whole bunch of books I want to talk to you about today. I know it's been a while, and I haven't read that much, but I did buy a few books, and I did finish a couple of things. So let's start with May. I've talked to you about my May books pretty much for the last month because I haven't finished anything. Well, I didn't finish anything in May that I didn't already talk to you about. So I finished only 2 books in May. And you know, I try to keep judgment words out of my reading vocabulary because I think you just read as much as you want, when you want, whatever you want. But I did only read 2 books last month, and I do want to read more than that. I watched a lot of TV, I watched a lot of YouTube, and I did some traveling. And it just, it took away from my reading time, and I was happy with that. But I do want to read more. So we'll see if I accomplish that this month. But the 2 books that I finished in May were Guilty by Definition by Susie Dent, which was a fun puzzle mystery where people who work at the dictionary, the Clarendon Dictionary in Oxford, start getting these odd letters with all of these Shakespearean references about a murder. And they have to solve it. And the letters keep coming, and there's clues. And I find these puzzle mysteries can be a little bit contrived, but I feel like this one did wrap everything up in a really cool way at the end. So it was a thumbs up for me. And then I started a little bit early on book trip, and I finished Legacy by Michael Jan Friedman, and that was an original series book. Loved that one a lot. The books I bought. So last weekend, we went down to, I live in the Seattle area, and we went down to Fremont, which is a cool neighborhood in Seattle, because my husband was picking up a guitar that he had bought. And we walked past a tattoo shop. I didn't get a tattoo, but he's wanted a tattoo for years, and he finally got a tattoo. But where I'm going with this is while he was getting his tattoo, I went book shopping at Ophelia's Books, which is a super cool used bookstore down in Fremont, and I bought a few books. So I wanted to share them with you. They are all, mysteries. The first 2 are these Robert Barnard books, and I read I've read a few of his books, and they're super fun. This one is The Cherry Blossom Corpse. I love these covers. And this was $3, which is, I'm going to say, it's a fair price. It's a little more than I like to pay for a vintage paperback, but I loved this one and I want to read it. And I like to own books because it reminds me sometimes when I see them on my shelves, I can probably get these at the library, but seeing them on my shelves reminds me when I'm kind of trying to pick what to read of some options. This is Corpse in a Gilded Cage. I love these covers. And then, I trimmed my bangs yesterday, and they're a little, they gotta get retrained to kind of go over to the side and stay out of my face. I know, I'm trying to train myself to stop playing with my hair during videos because I know it's super annoying. Okay, then next, I found this super cool edition of 9 Coaches Waiting. This is a Mary Stewart. I actually haven't taken it out of the little wrapper yet. I'm gonna do that. This one was $4. And I think this was well worth the price because this is a super cool Mary Stewart. This is a Crest Giant edition. The funny thing about this is I realized when I was putting it away that I have one that's almost identical. But I like this one better because it's got a little bit of color on the cover. So I'm going to keep this one. If anybody here would like a copy of this, let let me know. I think I'll just give it away. So if you want this one, let me know. I'll send it to you. And then lastly, this is hilarious because this is a Miss Silver book. Now, you guys know Miss Silver she's a cozy writer. Miss Silver's a little old lady who solves mysteries. This one was originally $10 and it was on sale for $4. So I felt like that was a really good price for this. But look at this cover. Isn't that hilarious? This is a cozy mystery. Miss Silver is really about as cozy as they get. And this cover just kills me. This is Lonesome Road. These are by Patricia Wentworth. I've not read this particular one, so I do want to read this, but I love that cover. It's so funny. All right, so what I have finished, the only thing I have finished since I talked to you last is another Mary Stewart, Wildfire at Midnight. I just finished this one late last night, like 2 o'clock this morning. This was actually today. And this was good. What I'm finding with Mary Stewart, and I love her, I will never stop reading her. Oops, she's going to sleep. It's on my Kindle. Is that her books are so formulaic that I know exactly who the good guy and the bad guy is going to be pretty early on in the story. It takes a little bit away from the fun of it because you can pretty much, if you've read any Mary Stewart, you know how they're going to end. I still love them, but I might take a little break because the last few ones that I've read of hers have been they've got different settings, different characters, but the plot lines are frequently very similar. I love her descriptions of the settings, the outdoors. She does such a good job of setting the scene, and that is one of my favorite things in a book. So I love reading her, but it has gotten a little samey. So I'm going to take a little break, I think. What I am reading right now, actually, I did pull up another book on my Kindle because I like to have something going on my Kindle, and this is Tam Lin. I don't remember where I heard about this book, but I heard about it. It's been on my radar. Ophelia's Books had a super cool vintage edition, but it was $45. And no, that's way out of my price range. But let me see if I can show you the cover of this one. It is by Amelia Dean. I can't see it. Sorry, let me go back to the beginning here as I ramble on for you. Oh God, there's an introduction. I'm scrolling through to try and get to the cover. I'm so sorry. Okay. Pamela Dean, Alla Dean. The front of her name was chopped off. So, oh my God, there's so much stuff. Okay. Oh, that's a very anticlimactic finding of the cover. Well, anyway, so I started this. I don't remember where I heard about it, but I'm really enjoying it. I've just read maybe 15 pages, but so far I'm really liking it. I'm still working on, so my physical book is Chain of Attack by Jean DeWeese for Book Trek. And I actually have gotten through some of this. So I was talking in my last video about how I take books on vacation and then I never read them. I read 58 pages of this, which I think is pretty good while I was in Newport Beach and on my travel days. So that was fun. Gonna keep reading this for June. Let's see. I also am working on, I haven't really done much with this, but I'm reading Stillmeadow Daybook by Gladys Tabor. This is a month-by-month journal of her garden and her home. I love Gladys Tabor. So I have not read May and June. I'm already behind, but I do want to continue reading this. And then my next physical book, I've decided for sure, is going to be 5 Windows by D.E. Stevenson. This is an old large print edition that my friend Gina sent me. And I will probably read this edition, although you know me, I might get it on my Kindle because these are great to read on my Kindle in bed. So yeah, so that is what I'm reading right now. If I get energetic, I might pick back up Lonesome Dove because it is June on the Range, and I might want to participate in that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm really ready for a big Western chunkster. We will see about that. Let's see, what else is going on? I think that is it for today's video. I do plan to participate in Jane Austen July. So my next video will probably be a Jane Austen July TBR. Maybe I'll do a Jane Austen collection video. I'm not sure, but I do have a lot of things I want to talk to you about. So let me know if you are interested in this book. If only one of you is, I'll just send it to you. You'll have to email me your address, of course. If multiple people are, I'll probably just give it to the first person who comments that they want it. But yeah, so if you want this, let me know. And I will talk to you later. Bye.